People, here comes another exciting instructional video. This green stuff that I have right here is that's the belt we'll be using to drive our automata boxes, right? And as you can see, it's about 3 millimeters in diameter. Let's keep that in mind. So we're gonna draw little pulleys, which this stuff will fit right into, and which can fit on the motor. So here's our little yellow motor, and I want that white part to fit right into there. And so when the motor turns, that little red pulley is going to turn, and this belt will be between it and a second pulley. Okay, so let's draw the pulleys that we need, and that's about it for this video. So I'm going to go to On Shape. I'm going to go to the front here, and let me just get rid of those are pulleys that I was looking at earlier that I did for a different project last year. Let's go back to my On Shape and the motor coupler and parts. I have a new part studio opened up right here, right? So what I'm going to do is, this should go pretty quickly here. Front, I'm going to look right at my front plane, and I'm going to draw the pulley with the 3 millimeter diameter belt in mind. It's a sketch on my front plane, and all I'm going to do is this. I'm going to let me think for a sec. I'm going to take my circle tool. No, I'm going to take my line tool first, and I'm going to draw let's see. So I'm going to draw half of my little pulley. Now this pulley that I just showed you, has a diameter of 20 millimeters. Right? So I'm going to draw this 10 millimeters. And you'll see why in a second. 10 millimeters. Okay. I'm going to escape out of it, and I'm going to draw another 10 millimeter line next to it. So another 10 millimeter line next to it at any distance. I'll fix that in a moment. 10 millimeters also. And then I'm going to make sure those two lines are 6 millimeters apart with my dimension tool. So I want the distance between here and here to be 6 millimeters. Okay, good. Now, circle tool. I'm going to put the center of the circle. I can center it if I don't get it right. I'm going to put the center of the circle right about there. I'm going to draw a circle that is 4 millimeters. That's close. I'm going to key it into 4. 4 millimeter circle. And I'm going to make sure it's centered. I don't know that it is. I eyeballed it, but you know, if these are 6 millimeters apart from each other, I want here to here to be 3. So it was almost centered, but not quite. Now it's in the center. Okay. I'm going to connect that circle right there with a line. Escape. Line tool again. Connect that side. There. Escape. Grab those scissors. Get rid of the top half of that circle. And we've got this, but we need to close it out. So let's close up the bottom of this thing. And it doesn't look much like a pulley wheel, does it? But watch this. It's awesome. You go to revolve, and that's the face you want to revolve. And we're going to revolve it around this axis right here. Look at that. And there's a pulley. Right? So I'll accept that. I like it. I'm going to look at the side here, and I'm going to put a hole in the side. And I think it's 4 by, I'll measure it. Nope, 6 by, looks like it's 6 by 4 millimeters. Okay, so I'm gonna sketch on this face, sketch. I'm gonna grab a center point rectangle, and I'm gonna start in the center, and I'm just gonna drag it to some arbitrary size, and I want it to be 6 by 4 millimeters. 6 by 4 millimeters. And then I want to extrude it and remove the material. And see if I'm going in the right direction here. I am. And there we have it. That will fit right onto your little yellow motor box, right? So that's one of the pulleys, right? So here's small pulley. Rename drive pulley. Drive pulley. Right, so that's the driving pulley. It hooks up to the motor. And I'm going to add another part studio. And this will be the driven pulley. This goes on the camshaft. So rename, this is the driven pulley. And I am going to make it twice the size as the other one. The other one was 20 millimeters total across. This one I'm going to make 40. And you can play with the sizes if you want to, but I think this will probably be about right. And we can change the size easily enough if we decide to. So sketch, same idea. Sketch on this plane. I wonder if it might be just easier to just grab a rectangle tool, and let's just draw a rectangle. I'm still in my center point rectangle here. It doesn't matter. Let's draw a rectangle that we want for the radius. So 20 millimeters, and we want it to be 6 wide. So 6 by 20. Okay, and I think what I'll do now is I'm going to grab those scissors and trim this piece here. Just cutting some steps out, right? Same idea, just cutting some steps out. And I'm going to grab my circle tool and I'm going to put it centered. And I'm going to make it a 4 millimeter circle. I'm going to zoom in so I can see it well. It looks like it's centered because I put it on the center line. But if you didn't draw it the same way I did, make sure that this is 3 millimeters from here. Okay, make sure that's 3. Mine is. Right? Let's again connect it with a couple of lines. Escape. Line over here. Escape. Snip the top half of the circle and rotate it. Okay. So now we're going to rotate it. We're going to rotate that material. We have to choose the axis. We're going to rotate it around this axis. And we've got a pulley that's now twice as big as the other one. Right side, I'm going to look right at it. Well, I'll accept that revolve. I will now sketch on the surface. And I will, this is for the camshaft. So that's our 0.28 inch hole. Oh, we've got to go inches now, right? We're in millimeters, but that's okay. So I want to find the center of the circle. There it is. And then make sure I'm at a center point rectangle. Center point circle, sorry. So I'm going to find, there's the center of my circle. And I need this to be 0.28 inches, so 0.28. But since I'm in metric, I have to write IN for inches. Right, that's the size that we were doing for the holes on the camshaft. So 0.28 inches is, I guess, 7.112 millimeters, right? And then we extrude the thing. Remove the material, and now that'll fit onto your camshaft, and it will accept the belt, that green belt that we showed earlier. So now you've got 2 pulleys, the driven and the driver. The drive pulley hooks up to the motor, and the driven pulley hooks up to your camshaft. And that's that. Okay, have a good day. See you guys soon. Bye-bye.